Good evening. Thank you for listening to us again. We're here.
Are we? We're here. It's working. I think it's all working. Music by Billy Dark Gaffney.
It's a Jerusalem.
Okay. Can fade it.
Throwing some camouflage. Grab some mosquito
Star
spray
one. Star one.
out of the
Doesn't work.
garage.
That's not AI. It's not doing that. But
That's our friend Billy Gaffney.
that is Billy Gaffney, amazing musician.
Yes. So I'm Diane Russell,
And I'm Brian P. Gallagher.
and we are here to
Entertain you and make you think and make you kind of scream and yell at things and perhaps even throw things at the screen.
invent.
And vent. Yes, lots of venting. If you laugh by any chance, it means you are an evil and horrible, horrible person, and you are absolutely going to hell, which is great because we'll see you there. So, speaking of hell, we live in the United States of America, and Di, I think you had a topic that you maybe wanted to bring up.
I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed. I've been so pissed since the last few shootings that we've had. The one in Colorado Springs, and now there was one last night in Virginia. Am I correct?
And I believe
I don't know. Like I'm losing track of where they are because
we all are, because it's the 408th shooting this year so far, and we're not done with the
I'm
year.
so fucking mad. So
We can make 415.
I give kudos to the gentleman who first went after this guy, and then other people joined in. He's a hero.
I love the drag queen that joined in. There should be a drag queen in every classroom, because for security, and B, because they can teach kids how to deflect things by using humor.
If you think about it, the trans community and the gay community have been fighting their whole lives.
Of course.
They've been fighting bullies in school and all sorts of shit their whole lives. And if you look at the gay community, if you don't mind me saying, if you look at the gay guys that are out there,
the lesbian community,
they are buff. They will fuck you up. They actually work out instead of the Shart Army, or my favorite phrase that you have for them,
the amosexuals.
The amosexuals, which I think is so perfect because it would just so trigger them.
The amosexuals get very triggered easily.
They are so amosexual. They want to fuck their guns and sleep with their guns instead of women.
And it's all based on the incorrect viewing and incorrect interpretation of the Second Amendment that we have here in the United States of America, which the real meaning behind it is to be able to ensure the right to bear arms by a well-organized militia.
It's called well-regulated.
And
that's what
well-organized and well-regulated militia. I believe, yes, well-regulated. You're right.
Excuse me, Tony, will you get me a beer, please?
And the well-regulated militia is going to be regulated by the state. So they're talking specifically, and Warren Burger, one of the greatest Supreme Court judges of all time, stated specifically that the Second Amendment was there specifically for the states to defend themselves against potentially other states from trying to viciously expand, like Texas and all that kind of stuff. Texas.
Republicans like to suck the dick of the fucking NRA, and all they do is take their money and then don't do anything about gun regulations. You know who stops gun regulations? Oh, Republicans.
The NRA,
you know who just stops red flag laws?
Anything that will stop it. The reason that we don't have mental health checks, and the reason that we don't have, and the reason that we don't have any of the background checks right now, because of the Republicans voting against it, and because of the NRA funding and being able to go in there and lobby against them. We need to get rid of lobbyists. Really.
Well, and I got to say something about grooming. They keep saying that Democrats are groomers and that we are drinking baby juice, baby milkshakes, or whatever the fuck they are saying. Do they really? I don't even understand where this all comes from, but I heard the most vile shit
That's
on
good infant.
on right-wing radio today, because I listen to multiple things, and I listen to people who actually cover the right wing, and they point out look at the hypocrisy, look at the gaslighting, look at the projection. It is insane. And the hypocrisy, oh my God, it's like,
do you know where the Q and nut philosophy all comes from? Where the Q and nut story comes from? Do you know where they found it?
Some douchebag from the Philippines.
Ron over in the Philippines there. But do you know where he got it from? The whole story itself, the big thing. Tony's going to follow me on this for sure, because he knows the movies I'm going to talk about.
I have no idea.
Okay, he calls himself Q, claiming that that's the highest security level. It isn't. They don't go by letters, I don't think. And even if they do, why would they go all the way to the fucking Q? But Q is the high thing. But Tony and I probably know this. I know this. In Star Trek: The Next Generation, Q is an omnipotent being. He's a godlike being.
Yeah.
So Q is saying that
shapeshifter.
I'm like a god. So he's saying this, and then
isn't he a shapeshifter?
Well, yeah, he's a god. He's a godlike being. And I'll tell you what this Ron guy in the Philippines laid out was a combination of the stories of Children of the City of Lost Children, which is a French film, beautiful sci-fi film, wonderful to watch. Also, They Live. And there's one or two others that are included in there that if you just combine these stories, you have the background story for everything that the QAnuts believe, but they buy it hook, line, and sinker. And my biggest question for any QAnut out there, please respond, send us an email, let us know, because I'm really curious. Why are you so obsessed about JFK Jr. coming back when the Kennedys were Democrats?
I know.
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, yo.
And the gaslighting, the projection, also, they're obsessed with children's genitalia. They won't stop talking about it. They won't stop talking about how Democrats want to chop off children's genitalia. Literally, that's what they're saying. And I'm like in shock, and I'm just like, you people are obsessed. You're sick. You are sick fuckers.
They teach their kids how to hunt, which is fine if they choose to, especially in this area. We all know hunters, but they teach their kids how to hunt. But every one of those parents who has taught their kid how to hunt, every one of the amosexual parents who has done this, I have to ask them outright, did you also teach your kids CPR? Did you teach them how to save a life, or did you only teach them how to take a life?
No,
because
shit.
That says a shitload more about you than it does about me sitting here on the radio talking about whatever.
Right. And all I see is Republican after Republican with their AR-15s and remember the Christmas cards last year?
Oh, yeah.
All their Christmas cards last year had them and their families with their little tiny children holding fucking AR-15s, and they're like, "Oh, we're Democrats are grooming children." No, you know who's grooming children? You are, with your fucking guns.
That's right.
You are grooming a whole generation of neo-fascist, Christian, Nazi. I don't even know.
Make up a word. Make up a word. Muffles.
I'm not even making up all this shit.
Fuckers.
It's all fucking real.
This
and it's
shit,
all
Tony.
connected. It's all connected. They've been doing this for years. Our children, you think our children
kids are on our lawn too.
Our children aren't safe in a they're safer in a gay club than they ever would be in a church.
I trust,
because the fucking priests rape all the fucking children. How many Republicans have been accused of pedophilia and rape and oh my God, like it's
going to be a 4-part documentary.
One
There's a
thing
lot of poking
after another.
A lot of poking.
I'm fucking pissed.
A lot of kneeling in church. That's grooming, I think, right there.
Yeah.
Now I have something to make you even more pissed. Now that you're good and pissed, good and fired up. Okay, ready? I'm gonna make you even more pissed. You ready?
God.
Here you go. I learned about this from a friend of mine who happens to live down in Texas. And you know that you can buy a gun at 14, pretty much, you don't have to register it. You don't have to tell anybody that you have it.
At 14?
You can open carry anywhere that you want in Texas.
At 14.
I think you can do it at you can certainly buy it at 18. But I think that you can go in with your parents and your parents can let you buy a gun at 14 if you have your parents with you. Now, one of the things,
Tony's ringtone.
but that's not what I'm talking about. That's not the whole thing. Here's what I'm talking about. The thing that I learned last night was there's something in Texas, and I really want to keep looking over at you and all this kind of stuff. So I'm trying to focus on the camera here, but
I know.
There's something in Texas, people, that you have to be aware of. It was introduced to me as, haven't you ever heard about the 30-minute rule? And I thought the 30-minute rule, is that like dropping something on the ground and then picking it up and eating it? And no, the 30-minute rule isn't 30 minutes long. It's the opposite of that. It's 30 minutes after the sun goes down until 30 minutes before the sun comes up is this dark zone. During this dark zone, which is, of course, much more than 30 minutes, you are allowed to shoot anything that comes onto your property that you feel threatened by. Go back to bed. You can shoot it from your second-story window, go back to bed, and then call the cops in the morning after the sun comes up. That's allowed. That is a statute, and that is in law down there where you have spineless Ted Cruz, Cancun Cruz, who is
Slimeball.
Usually, sometimes the green screen drops and you see that he's still in Cancun, but not too often. And
God, he's such a douche.
Oh, something fucked that. That's going to be a new
oh my God,
skit for us. Something fucked that.
Somebody fucked that person.
Somebody fucked that
woman
person.
fucked
How?
Ted Cruz and has fucking children.
Maybe guys too.
Ew.
I don't know. I'm not judging. I love the game.
Fucked.
I love homosexuals.
Donald Trump, my favorite fucking subject to rip on.
Ugh.
Oh my God. Well, first of all,
somebody fucked his neck vag.
I'd like to. We call
him yam tits.
a neck gina.
I also call him Chechito, Mango Mussolini.
I keep doing this, Brian, and I don't know if you do or not, but I'm interested. By the way, I have this on an envelope, which has like plastic in it, so it's making a lot of noise.
Yes.
So,
that's okay. Don't worry.
I do this all the time. I wake up in the morning and I go, how the fuck was Donald Trump
yes,
our fucking president of the United States?
I wake up like Michael Rappaport's in that video on several.
Did that happen?
Yeah.
And
well,
so
how the fuck is Herschel Walker at 50%? How the fuck are they so close with a guy who is so fucking stupid that he can't even put two words together?
And now Elon Musk, hold on. I want to do a train of thought here. Elon Musk, who is now taking over Twitter, has now reinstated his ass on fucking Twitter. And guess what? As soon as he tweets, Truth Social is over. And Truth Social is being investigated for their finances and all this shit.
But did you know Elon Musk has never invented anything? Elon Musk is a rich kid from his daddy owns a bunch of mines, some of them potentially sketchy, over in what I've heard. I don't know. I'm just asking questions. Why don't you answer that?
Baby.
And that's from South Africa. Yeah. So he comes over from South Africa and he invests in several different things, and Tesla starts taking off. Tesla was founded by two other guys. The designs were done for 5 different vehicles. And then all of a sudden, Elon is like, oh, I have enough money. I'm going to buy it now. And he buys it out and he just takes the designs and tells everyone that they were his. He's the modern Edison. He's the modern Edison douche.
Edison Bell said that he created the telephone, but it was
Edison
really
did against
some
Tesla,
Italian dude.
The real Tesla, Nikola Tesla.
It was some Italian dude.
Marconi.
Yeah. He really invented the phone, but because he was not in. I mean,
it's nuts.
Our history is full of this shit.
It's full of shysters.
Speaking of history, I got to go into this because Garland did the special master thing.
That would be Merrick Garland.
Yeah, Merrick Garland did the special measure thing. Now I was pissed at first, but then I found out who Jake Smith is.
Hmm.
Jake Smith is no one to be fucked with.
Mm-mm.
And I think
Have you seen the picture of Jake Smith?
Yes, and I
The
have
picture
seen,
tells you Jake Smith is no one
but
to be
you know
fucked with.
what? I've seen the right wing shitting and pissing in their fucking pants the whole time. They're like, oh, this guy doesn't fuck around. And they are freaking out on the right.
Well, don't think it's
And
gonna
that's
be,
why Hunter Biden's laptop is like the biggest thing ever.
but don't think it's going to bring an empire crumbling down. It's not. You're going to bring Trump
No.
down. That's DeSantis steps up.
We already had the Mueller report, and that got douched from Bill Barr, and we had impeachments, which was douched by the fucking Republicans. They're fucking all assholes. So I have, we're talking about a guy who's running for president again, who has obviously obstructed justice and committed espionage and sedition, and he's running for president again. And I'm kind of mad at Merrick Garland. Why didn't he do this before? He should have just done this from the beginning. Do the special master or special counsel or whatever the fuck it's called.
People should have stepped forward earlier, but they all waited until they had book deals.
God, it's so fucking infuriating.
It's part of the whole thing. Everybody in politics, which by the way, politics is, if you think about it, poly means many and ticks are blood-sucking animals, or blood-sucking insects. So many blood-sucking insects is politics,
right?
Which makes perfect sense. But if you look at it, I mean, both sides are all full of narcissists, and there's all kinds of sketchy stuff going on. But recently, since the Tea Party came about, since the tea baggers were there,
they came about because
we had this
Obama was black. Let's just be honest.
Yes, the racists came out from the background. I used to be somebody that said, I'm all for let everybody say anything that they want to, no matter how offensive it is. It's going to let me know who the a-holes are. It's going to let me know who the racists are, so I don't have to deal with them. But then I found out that about 50% of you fuckers are racist assholes out there. So that's now the new reality. So now I'm wishing that they all kind of went back in, will you back off? The
beautiful thing now is they have to fight each other. They're going after each other. And Donald Trump is going after everybody.
He's always threatened to split the whole thing up, but he's, under so many, he had so many legal losses today alone.
Yeah.
And, in the past 2 days, I want to say, actually, because his tax returns were released. He and that was by the Supreme Court that he loaded, by the way, and then started badmouthing.
Oh, well, wait a minute. I have a whole list of indictments and investigations coming up.
Oh, do we have time?
We've got plenty of time. But I was thinking the other thing is, with all the lawsuits and everything that's going on in Donald Trump's life, any normal person would be like so super overwhelmed with all this and investigations in New York City and DC and Florida and all of it. And then all these new things that are coming up. Let me go find my
go ahead, give it a shot.
My list here. Okay, so
give me a second after each one of these, Bob.
The New York AG civil investigation.
Never been to New York. I've been to a lot of states. They take pictures with a lot of states. I don't know who they are. Cake. And I'll tell you what the biggest and greatest.
Trump is not complying and he's fighting everything, every inch of the way. And remember he was I don't know what happened to this, but he was being charged $10,000 a day until he complied.
Yes, that was and they settled it. Yep.
I don't know what happened. But then Alvin Bragg got in and all of a sudden this guy dropped the case, right? So we also have Westchester County.
Did you hear about the rape case today? Because he got slapped pretty hard on the rape case.
What, the E. Jean Carroll?
Yes.
I didn't hear about that, but I'm on that one.
Yep.
There's also Delaware is suing for defamation, along with they're suing Rudy Giuliani and Jenna Ellis as well. And this is all
Giuliani, my least favorite day drinker.
um,
He gives us a bad name, he
election
does.
fraud claims.
Gives us a bad name, he does.
And all the election fraud claims, and like, remember how they destroyed those women in Georgia and they ruined their reputations, and
Because
like
it's
they can't
easy
even
for
go
them to go
anywhere.
after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harassment online and all that. Okay. The January 6th House Select Committee.
Yes.
But that's
Good
just a
select
report.
committee.
That's just a report, and they can't do any charges. But it's also
But it
been
can-
referred to the DOJ,
Yes, yes.
which
yes.
is now
That's
being referred to this guy, Jack Smith. And so, and also the police officers from Metro and Capitol Police, and members of Congress, they're all suing Trump for conspiracy to incite a riot.
Mhm.
And you know, we keep,
But you know who stepped
they
back
keep
from all
saying,
of it?
they keep saying, oh, it's the slow judicial process. You know what? I'm sorry.
You know who's stepping back from the whole thing, though? Alyanka and Jared, not from Subway.
Oh, Ivanka. Yeah.
Yeah, those two who made $2 billion off the Saudis while they were White House officials, whereas they're worried about Hunter Biden and his laptop when he
God.
wasn't. Now, here's the thing.
They keep
Hunter
saying,
Biden's had issues, and you know something? I'm going to look right in the camera and I'm
Yeah.
going to say this. Give him Hunter Biden. Let him have him. Go ahead. Sacrificial lamb. Here you go. Have him. I don't care. Hunter Biden's laptop. Here you go. And he made
it's so
less than
Russian
$1 million.
disinformation.
Here you go. Take him. Put him in jail. Now what? Now what are you going to do to fix inflation?
can't-
Now what are you going to do to bring prices down?
Well,
Now
it'll
what are you
never
going to do to
happen.
fix the border?
And I'll tell
Now
you
what are you
why.
gonna do to do
The
anything?
laptop in the thing, it doesn't. I'm sorry. It doesn't exist. I'm sorry to interrupt, but it doesn't exist. And we all know it's Russian disinformation. They took a bunch of real shit and stole that and then put it on a fucking hard drive and then gave it to this guy who can't see fucking 6 inches in front of his face. And then like,
Don't forget it. Tucker Carlson had it for a day and then UPS lost it.
Oh God.
But outside of all that,
The whole thing is such bullshit and everybody knows it.
Give it to him. Give him up.
Yeah.
Give it to him. That's
They
one guy.
can't-
After Hunter Biden, what are they doing?
A picture of the laptop.
After Hunter Biden, what are they going to do?
Have you seen a screenshot of anything on there besides the bullshit pictures?
No, I've seen about the same incriminating shit on Khan Jr.'s web feed on a nightly basis whenever he's allegedly coked up. But
so these are all the new things that have happened. And I wrote this down yesterday.
we're not getting political today.
Fulton County, Georgia DA, of course, the whole Fulton County thing, right? Special
Yeah.
counsel documents case. America First PAC is being investigated. Manhattan DA tax fraud. Manhattan hush money payment now to Stormy Daniels has now come back up. Truth
Stormy
Social
Ross, by the way.
finances is being investigated. The defamation and rape case of E.G. and Carroll.
Potentially defecation as well.
Did I say that? No,
No,
I
you
didn't.
said defamation.
Okay,
I threw it in
okay.
just for
Fucking
fun.
A. You're an asshole.
I am. Have you?
The tax audit. How about the tax audit? The weirdo tax audit was going on with James Comey and Andrew McCabe.
That's what the Supreme Court just released. Is his tax returns? His
No,
tax
no,
returns were
no,
just fully
they
released.
released Trump's tax
Trump's,
returns,
yes.
but Trump went after James Comey and Andrew McCabe with the IRS.
Yeah.
And gave them massive and very invasive audits.
Oh, wait till what they're going to do now. Wait till the MT3, Empty Green, whose initials are the most ironic laughing ever. That's sarcasm because empty green. Hi.
Oh, God.
So, Empty Green and Lindsey Graham and all those leading the way to saying that everybody, Margie Three Toes. Yeah, Squatch.
Got lots.
She's a Squatch.
Oh God.
She went swimming and came up with a motherfucking fish and said "Goonie Goohoo." So people are old enough to remember that. But I'll tell you what, they're all gearing up to go impeach this person, let's fire this person, let's fire that person. That's great because none of those people actually did anything. They're just doing it because we impeached that motherfucker twice. sorry, Representative. I just kind of co-opted your phrase a little bit there, Representative Alon. Yeah. Well, that's what I do. So thank you for listening so much. Now let's talk a little bit about something that I think is completely different, because it just throws a little something into the palate before we get back into this. What do you guys think about the possibility of there being a North American wood ape like Sasquatch?
Negative.
Negative? You don't think that there could be?
Negative.
An unknown species? Do you know how many unknown species are discovered every year? Even small primates are being discovered now. It's pretty fascinating. This is why I asked you if we could do a Squatch hunt in the spring.
Negative. I'm not
I
going
thought
to
it
sit
would
in the
be
woods.
great. Go out, sit in the woods, and we do a couple of tree knocks, because for some reason
Freeze my ass off.
that's going to attract a Squatch, I guess. Yeah, they've been around for a long time. That's a Squatch. There's a Squatch. Hold on. Let me do a Squatch call. Now, here's the funny thing of this is that on these Squatch hunting shows, someone will sit there and do like, I'm going to do a Squatch call. And they do this crazy call for a long time. And then they stop and they listen. And the first time that my wife saw that show, she looked at me and said, and while they're listening, she took that silence and turned to me and said, yeah, and some campers like 3 miles away are just shitting in their pants right now. What the hell? How many of the Squatch sightings out there and all the Squatch shows and all the Squatch evidence is really other Squatch hunters making the calls to other Squatch hunters?
Absolutely, because they're a bunch of fucking idiots.
I'm not going to go that far, but I'm going to go as far as like, isn't it possible?
No, I
Doesn't
think
it
you
make
should go
sense?
that far. I think you should go that far,
I'm
because
not going to
guess
go that
what?
far, because I actually
If there was
believe
something that was that large,
I believe in it. I believe that there could be.
There was something that large. Now I understand finding new birds and new lizards and new frogs and new little things that we don't see every day in there. They go in the Amazon, and they're
Like
in
the giant squid?
in like weirdo places on the planet where they can't escape, and what's that island?
Monster Island. That's where you're talking about the Galapagos.
The Galapagos. Yeah. So when there's something that large, and I'm sorry,
oh my God,
I think it's so folklore, and
that leads to another tangent as we stick arrow focused on our subject tonight. When I got really, 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 really drunk one night in a bar, someone bet me this, and I pulled it off. I sang the entire Mothra song that the two little Tony knows. He's giggling right now. That the two little midget girls Masuraya Masura.
What is this from?
And I sang it all in Japanese. And I did this in a bar when I was smashed drunk, from Mothra, the
what that is.
Godzilla.
Okay.
The Godzilla series of movies. There's a movie. There's a character named Mothra who's a giant, generally a giant larvae who becomes a giant butterfly moth thing. Mothra, yeah, moth. So
okay.
But there are these two little Asian islander girls who are like, only like 4 inches tall.
Oh my God.
Wow, that was loud. And they have to sing this song, like, to like contain Mothra and stuff. And I saw that movie so many times as I was a little kid that it just stuck in my brain. And then when I got smashed drunk one night out in California, somebody bet me about it. And I just, oh yeah, come here. And like, I just belted it out in Japanese. So
that's funny.
I think Tony's looking for it right now, but yeah, so that was
clicking a lot.
Fun. He's just clicking a lot. Yes. Ryan's just telling another story about when he was younger. Yeah, back then when I was somebody. Yeah, you should have seen me. I was somebody. Yes. Plenty of tool named for your father, perhaps. So how do we get more beers while we're recording? Do we send Tony for them? Beer boy. Oh, beer
Bartender.
boy.
Bartender.
Now I know he's
Fuck the three of you.
because look at all the equipment around.
Well, I don't know. Is there any way to pause? Probably.
They're a bunch of fucking
You guys can
amateurs.
talk. You can talk
We
and I
could
can walk
edit.
away. What else do you want to talk about as far as like, I know you've got a few
I
things to get
have
off your
this-
chest there. So I'm going to get a beer and I'll be right.
I was looking at this list
You're listening.
and
to
maybe
They're a bunch
I'll
of
start the
fucking
list.
amateurs.
Maybe I'll start the list without Brian while he's getting it refreshing refreshment.
Nihilist.
I have here in front of me a list
Without a hostage,
crime.
there is no ransom. That's what ransom is.
of crimes and failures, and I wrote this down in November of 2021, so it was about a year ago, and unfortunately I didn't write down the source. So but it says rule of law and real crimes. And now I listen to some credible people and I could list them all and whatever, but this is just what we know Donald Trump did while he was in office.
And everyone can do their own research on this
Before
because
his
most of the
office.
shit is known.
Most of it's known and
Yeah.
it's
He's admitted to most.
well documented and on video and like
He's
oh my
bragged
God.
about it several times.
Well, and I have to say, this was definitely after the insurrection and before we knew about the documents that he stole and
Insurrection.
took.
Are we talking about Harvey Weinstein? Oh, never mind.
Bad job.
Boom, boom. I'm here all
That's
week.
what-
Try the
That's
field.
when I want the crickets button. That's why I want
you
the crickets button.
button. And that would be a good cricket.
Okay, yeah. And
You
so
said
no
it
more
loud.
drops. I'm just gonna go through
You're entering a world of pain.
let's just go through the first 20 or so. Because I can read them off real fast because the others have
Okay.
explanations
I'm
behind
gonna
them.
let you go. Yeah.
So, inciting an insurrection, sedition, obstruction of justice, perjury,
Well, that's every time he opens his mouth, perjury.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I don't know. I need my goddamn glasses. Tony, will you get my
Hey, it's our
glasses?
fucking glasses. Can you
That
get
are-
our fucking glasses, lad? Where's our fucking glasses?
Yeah.
Boy, where's the
In my,
fucking
art
glasses?
room, in my art room, babe, on the other side. I'm
Jesus
sorry.
fucking wept on the cross. He
And
did.
it's dark in here. I have no freaking light. So, racketeering, witness tampering,
Oh yeah, that's fun stuff. Yeah.
witness retaliation,
All that from January
sabotage
6th.
of the United States Post Office,
Yes. With by putting DeJoy in.
violation of
all that
oath
shit.
of office, campaign violations, interference and with congressional investigations. Thank you. 30,000 false statements, self-dealing with the emoluments clause,
Thank you, Tony. Sorry, I
Thank
called you beer
you.
boy.
money laundering, extortion, tax fraud, insurance fraud, bank fraud, election fraud,
That was a nice setup. Leave it to Tony.
dereliction of duty when it came to COVID,
Mhm.
crimes against humanity, numerous abuses of power.
You-
I have,
You
I mean-
might be missing one that
But
cost a lot of money.
I that's just the first 22.
Okay, I have
I have 4 pages of the shit.
nice. Do you have the NOAA map on there
I
The one where you-
probably do.
where he redrew with the Sharpie?
Yes.
Yep.
Monumental failure in proper and response of COVID and tens of million jobs lost and resulting in over 500,000 dead. But that was 500,000 dead then. We're over 1 million now.
They were the weak ones.
Yeah. Ripped refugee children from the parents, resulting in lifelong trauma. Kids in cages.
Yeah, that was 487 kids, I think.
God damn.
Yeah.
No, it was 4,000, 5,000.
4,000?
Oh, hell yeah.
4,000? Yeah,
It was way more than that.
I thought it was 487 was something, so it was probably
It was a huge
4877.
number. It was a
Yeah.
huge number. Even Rachel Maddow cried about
have
it
to look
on
at it. Yeah,
fucking
it's-
TV.
One, 1, 10, 20 is too many, and you're talking. I mean,
How about
the Picard line of, how
How
many
about-
is too wrong?
throwing paper towels at the survivors of the hurricane in Puerto Rico
Launching him like a
after thousands
spiral
of deaths.
on him.
Oh my God, what a piece of shit.
Go along.
Pardoned 4 Blackwater thugs who murdered 14 civilians, women, and children,
Some of them were good
and
people.
wounded 17 others. I mean, this is just the first fucking page.
It's terrible. It's ridiculous is what it is. You know
The
what it is?
second-
We
second
had a
page.
pro wrestling president for a while.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
Oh yeah. He was all
Because
about
we
pro
became-
wrestling.
Because we became a Jerry Springer nation.
Reality TV.
That's why I want to move to Ireland again. And we're
So,
gonna be doing it in about 10
He
years.
tried to kill Obamacare. And remember, every 2 weeks he was gonna have a new healthcare plan, and every 2 weeks.
Tuesday,
Vagina.
Tuesday, we're gonna show you on Tuesday. What was that?
He tried to make deep cuts to Medicaid, Medicare,
Vagina.
and Social Security.
What was that? I heard it again.
Vagina.
That's Tony on
Tony
his remote.
setting
Okay.
himself up for drops.
There we go.
Okay.
Sorry, Tony, I didn't hear your vagina at first.
Tear gas peaceful protesters for photo op
Yes, with an upside down cross or with an
yeah.
upside down Bible that he's never read.
using church and Bible as props. Yeah.
Kitchen's Bible, probably.
I mean, holding the Bible upside down. And you know what?
Which I'm okay with.
Remember he got Lincoln's Bible and swore on Lincoln's Bible?
Mm.
That is so fucked up to me. Like, now Lincoln's Bible has been forever desecrated
Mm.
because he touched it for 5 seconds.
Desecrated far worse.
Oh my God.
I've desecrated far worse for much less.
Yeah, he actively insulted our allies and and
Yes.
praised our
Yes.
our enemies.
Mhm.
He
He called our soldiers and our victorious dead. I call them that because they were victorious.
have that
in their
here.
death, but he called them suckers
and
and
losers.
losers.
I think I have that in here. I or no, if I don't have it in here, I have to add it.
Yeah.
Betrayed the Kurds in Syria and gave our camps to Russians. Vetoed war powers and solutions that halted our support for Saudi
Arabia.
Saudi's war
The
against
bone
Yemen.
Saudis.
Almost
bonesaw
provoked war
Saudis.
with Iran.
Hmm?
Endorse war crimes. Try to expel young foreigners with serious rare diseases that are treatable only to the U.S. Do you remember that?
Do you have on your list that he rimmed Kim Jong-un?
Oh God, he's such a sick fuck.
He would do it. He got peed on
Crippled
by
Planned
Russian
Parenthood. I'm skipping
prostitutes.
ahead. Left the World Health Organization in 2019.
Mm.
In 2019, a year before COVID, he left it.
Oh, he defunded the Great Lakes
So
Ecological
much damage
Fund.
this
Yeah.
motherfucker caused.
Oh yeah.
Damage. 4 years, nothing but a fucking train wreck and a fucking aftermath of a hurricane in his wake.
It's all because people want to rally behind somebody who's an asshole. People want to rally behind the bad guy because they've been trained to do that through whatever, the pro wrestling stuff that we've been and the Jerry Springer stuff and the Maury stuff.
I
And all
never
that shit.
watched any of that shit. I never got into any of
And the
that.
Crapdashians. The Crapdashians. You know the difference between a circus and the Crapdashians? A circus is a cunning array of stunts. I'll let you figure the rest of it out.
Yeah. She became famous because she had a fucking sex tape.
Where's my laugh track? Come on, something. Bum-bums.
You're being very undue.
You see what you get, Larry? Do you see what you get, Larry? Do you see what you get?
Yeah,
Am I
I
wrong?
could go on and on and on. But the last thing really
You
is
can, and that's the
biggest
horrible
thing.
thing is that you can go on and on and you
Yeah.
can probably go on for even more than that. And
I could.
that's the ridiculous aspect of it. He is a Bond supervillain. That's what he is. For fuck's sake, we have to get rid of a Bond supervillain.
Roger Stone.
But I found out when Dr. Evil comes around, and ask for his money, half of the people are going to be like, I'd vote for him.
They say that in public and then fucking turn around and don't. Because all these Republicans, every reporter that I know are like, they don't like him behind his back. I'm telling you.
Of course not.
They
But
say
he gets
shit
them.
behind his back.
He gets them.
They won't say it on
ratings.
TV.
He gets them ratings. Billy Bush did not stand up at that moment and say, dude, you're talking about basically raping women and that's horseshit. You shouldn't be doing that.
Grab
Fuck you
by the
for being
pussy
a
tape.
piece of shit.
Why didn't it end
But
right
Billy
fucking
Bush
there?
had 2 years of exile for that before he was able to get his career back.
Punish and not Trump.
I don't know. But why didn't he stand up at that time?
Because it
Because
was
we're
a-
trained not to.
No, it was
It's gonna
a
get him ratings.
disinformation campaign on the 30,000 fucking emails against Hillary Clinton. They changed the fucking subject.
Yes, they changed the argumentative landscape.
Instead of being all about why would you vote for a motherfucker who would say I can grab him by the pussy because I'm fucking rich and famous.
Did you?
Fuck him. I'm so fucking sick and tired of this fucking cheap
But
suit fucking motherfucking
let's analyze their tactics so that we can
God.
see them. We can understand what they are and we can defeat them. Okay.
He created this mess.
Of course.
He gave all these shooters, like the excuse to go out there and be a total freaking racist piece of shit.
That started a long time ago.
Every Karen at a grocery store wants to talk to a manager calling people the N-word. I'm sick of it.
Mm-hmm.
He gave them license and
he gave hate
a platform.
carte blanche.
A platform.
He gave hate carte blanche is what he gave. Yeah.
And they want to take us back to fucking 19 whatever, actually 1800s, because if you look at it, all these abortion laws are made in the late 1800s. Fucking bullshit. We're not going backwards. We're gonna fuck off. Fuck you. We're not going backwards.
There is a phrase that Diane has used before, and I totally agree with it, and that is regulate your dick. I have had a vasectomy because I respect women and I respect my wife, and I want to make certain that everything is all set and handled, and she's going to have a problem if we get pregnant. I mean, it wouldn't be good for her on a physical standpoint. It would be dangerous for her to get pregnant. So because of that, I immediately said, all right, I'll just get a vasectomy. Well, why is that a problem? Why is that an issue for guys?
That it doesn't hurt. And it's not
why is that an issue for guys?
And why say that out there? And...
Because there's a story behind it.
Okay.
I went in and
can I listen while you talk?
Yes,
and
yes,
I
yes.
can get a beer.
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect timing, because I went in to the doctor's office and I sat down and did the exam and everything. And lo and behold, the doctor says to me, okay, so you can come back next Thursday. We'll do it right here in the office. We'll give you a local and then you'll be on your way. And I said, well, I'm going to be, unconscious. And he said, no, you will do it with a local right here in the office. And I said, no, I'm going to be unconscious. If you arrange it or if I arrange it, it's going to happen. I mean, I know a lot of musicians. I've grown up with musicians my whole life. I know people who can give me stuff that'll pass me out. I will be knocked out. I am going to be unconscious. Do you want me to be carried in or do you want me to walk in and you can anesthetize me? And at that point, he said, all right, we'll set up an appointment with you at an ambulatory center. And I walked in and of course I went through the whole thing. I just got knocked out, got it all taken care of. Everything was handled just fine. And you know what? Less filling tastes great. So it's a
I don't even know what to say to that.
That's the end of a vasectomy story. Less filling tastes great. I thought that would be perfect for it.
No, but did it hurt?
Yeah.
Okay, did it hurt?
Yes, it did but honestly, it hurt. It swelled and hurt for 8 to 10 hours. And then I milked it for like another 2 days. Yeah.
Okay.
So
you milked it for 2 days.
Oh, for 2 days, nothing was wrong, but I was icing my balls and watching my favorite movies on TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I took the days off.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so 8 to 10 hours,
Mhm.
you were kind of
That's it.
sore, and
That's
that
it,
was
yeah.
about it.
And that protects my wife, and that protects, well, technically other women. I wouldn't be sleeping with other women. I just wouldn't, but it does.
The rumors. I've had enough.
No rumors. But the bottom line, yeah, protects myself too. Because I don't have any fucking heirs out there going, hey, how about some of your cash? So I got my cat at home and my wife, and that's it. And I'm gonna protect them. And that was one of the things to do that. So when people started saying, regulate your dick, and some guy started saying, well, no, I'm not gonna do that. That's crazy. Who would do that? Hi. It's easy, it's simple, and guess what? It's good for you, good for society too. Keep it going, guys. Go ahead, go out there, get your V, and go on. And when you do, you can milk it for several days. Then just watch a couple of movies at home. Really, it's
My
only going to hurt for a
sister-
little bit. They're not even going to swell that
8
much.
to 10 hours of suffering.
Yes, tops.
Instead of
Tops.
a lifetime of
Tops.
taking care of children
Tops,
and
yeah.
all sorts
Yeah.
of shit.
Yeah.
And also, they can be reversed.
By the way, it's not
They
cute or
can
fun.
be reversed.
Yes. Well, they can be, but better than that, you don't have to reverse it. They can use a needle and go in and extract sperm from you at any time. You still produce sperm.
Oh my god.
So that's the whole thing. It's
How did we get on this subject?
I know it's very technical, but there is I mean, you
I
still
didn't-
produce it. Your body just reabsorbs it. That's all. The tube is cut, so it doesn't come out. Your body just reabsorbs it like your body would absorb oh god, the
Food?
only food.
Water.
Good example, because not the example I was going to use. Yeah. Yes, you much better example. Just like food, it will reabsorb your
Okay.
sperm and put the protein back in your body and do whatever it needs to do, and then you'll just keep producing, but it'll just keep going away. It just doesn't come out. So that's the whole thing. That's how they do
know
it.
A lot of
Yeah.
guys who would have the balls to fucking do that.
Why
So,
not? I mean,
I
like I
can
say,
see
less
it.
filling
Well,
tastes great. Yeah.
I fucking totally commend you. And
got
I
the balls
commend
to
you
do it.
also
Yeah.
for being open about it. And
Yep.
even on our
Thank you.
first cast,
First cast.
we haven't even said we're on WHBL Radio Nation.
WHBL Radio Nation. Hey, good morning. Good
Oh,
morning. You're listening to WHBL.
No radio voices. No.
You're
bullshit.
listening to Pooter in the Brain first thing in the morning. Hey, we got traffic girl Di. What's going on there, Di?
Oh my god. I'm in the chopper.
Yes, we would be the worst morning
Yeah.
show of all time.
No.
Golf morning
seriously,
radio show.
Get on a little more serious note. I have to admit, these
great.
last fucking shootings have really pissed me off.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking
they should.
upset. And I think everybody else should be upset.
The
And
Second Amendment is taking
should-
away so many other freedoms now.
We should do this. We should go out there and we should support our LGBTQ community and our Jewish community and our Black and Brown community. We should stand together.
I support the
Because
Jewish
there's
community by
way-
marrying into it.
There's way more of us who are level-headed,
Mhm.
democracy-loving people than these kookadoodles that I don't even know, like,
Kookadoodles.
I
That's
don't
a
even
good-
know what to call them.
That's slightly
They're
better than my
so-
term, which is chuckle fucks.
Such assholes. And I'm so tired. I'm sure
God damn it!
other people out there who are fucking tired.
I just
And
burped
we've
really loud. I'm
seen-
sorry.
We've seen no fucking justice.
No.
No justice. And I'm pissed about Merrick Garland. Merrick Garland would have made a great Supreme Court judge. He's no fucking prosecutor.
But he's taking his time, and he's taken his time before on things, and you don't want to let any avenues,
You
any
can't.
slight cracks that any
You can't.
slippery little snake might be able to slide
You
through.
can't.
Yeah, you can't. Even though it's all an illusion. He can't afford good attorneys anymore. He hasn't
Not
paid the ones
unless-
he had.
Well, now that he's running for president, he doesn't have his super PACs anymore to protect him because he can't use that money to pay his fucking bills on all his fucking properties, that's what he's been doing.
Well, do you think they're not the masters of like shifting money around? I mean, come on, Khan Jr. and Eric.
No, they're Gummy and Koki.
Gumby and Koki.
Koki and Gummy.
Gumby and Koki.
No,
I would say Gumby and
Koki is Junior.
Yeah, Coke
and
Jr.
Gummy,
Con Jr.
No,
Jr.
Gummy is yeah. The other
And
fucking
Gumby
idiot.
would be Eric. Yeah. Yep. Well,
And their fucking wives and their fucking girlfriends. Oh my god, dude! Like,
ooh, the catty Italian comes in.
oh,
My god, she wore that.
just no. It's not even what they wore.
You're
It's
what?
how they act. They're so awful and disgusting. Like,
will be the greatest.
no, Melania.
in all time.
The best is yet to come.
That's what it was. Yeah. I couldn't even.
Oh my
watch it,
god! And then
jerk
she
to it. I had
dances
to-
like a hooker on stage.
I had to turn the volume down while I was jerking to it. I couldn't.
Oh my god, dude!
No, I couldn't. I'm totally joking. I couldn't jerk to that at all.
Speaking of jerking it off, I have
Mm,
a question for
that's
you.
a great segue after the vasectomy story.
I do. I have a
Surely.
question.
Sure.
All these guys
Mhm.
that are so freaked out about transsexual women and guys dressing up as women,
Mhm.
I think that they get a boner, and that's why they're so fucking freaked out about it. They get hard when they see a dude dressed up in drag and they can't fucking tell the difference, you know?
I agree with you.
And
Yeah.
And they have some
It's repressed
weird
homosexual.
weird fixation on it.
It's a forced repressed. I'm sure all repression is forced. I don't know. I think it's a forced repressed homosexual tendency that they don't want anyone else to know. I mean, the ultimate and embarrassment for some of these, like, frat boys and alpha jock assholes is that it comes out that they like to lick a dick. I mean, if that came out, that would really, force them to come out. And that would be a big issue for everything in their life, everything around them. Everything would come crashing down. That's why there's fag drags and things like that, because he sucks my dick, he's a fag, so I'm gonna drag him behind my truck so he can't tell anyone.
Did you hear the shit that I heard
nuts.
that was on the radio today with
I hate all.
or all these guys on the right, guys mostly,
Yeah.
on the right, talking about chopping kids' dicks off? Like, literally, it was Tucker Carlson and that fucking,
You can't.
what the fuck is
Tucker
that guy's
Carlson
name?
was taken to court, and Tucker Carlson had to admit
said,
in court
yeah.
that he is an entertainment show, and if you believe what he says, you're
an idiot. Yeah.
So we can't take anything that he says for
Yeah.
crap. But it's not a grain of salt; it's a mountain of salt.
It's
Yeah.
awful. And
Remember
he
the diesel fuel shortage?
No,
We
how
talked for
about
30 days, 90 days, I think, about the diesel.
the balls
shortage.
thing?
The damming of the balls?
Tanning of the balls thing.
Oh, tanning of the balls. Oh, yeah. Well,
The guy standing there like Jesus Christ with the tanning thing on his balls. And then it was like this video of like dudes with shirts off, like, it was super homoerotic. Like, I can't even begin.
thumbs
It
out,
was
balls
like
out.
Madonna video, for Christ's sake. And he's going, oh, ultra masculine. You know who's a masculine motherfucker? These two guys right
Richard
here.
Simmons. Richard fucking Simmons.
Richard Simmons more of a man than
Richard Simmons is more of a man than any of those guys. I do have to say that. He's effeminate, but he is way more of a man. He has done more for the people
is just
that follow him and the people that he
disgusting.
deals with. Lindsey
Now,
Graham.
okay, hold on.
Mitch McConnell.
My theory is he's either snuffed a kid,
Wow.
a male kid.
Wow. We're going dark on
No,
Ep1.
what would turn him like that on the golf course? One round of golf with Donald Trump, and he takes a fucking total 180 on Donald Trump. Donald Trump is going to be the demise of the Republican Party. Bang, 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 bang. He said all that shit. And then all of a sudden, one round of golf with Donald Trump. And guess what? Now he's back to his, oh, Donald Trump is the best thing since sliced bread. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. What does
Right.
he have on you, Graham? We all know you're gay. Just come out of the fucking closet. We all know it. It's been documented. All the DC gay boys are like, yeah, I have to sign an NDA before
Right.
I can. Oh my God.
Well, the thing that gets me is that, yeah, there's a whole thing behind that evangelical Christian,
They're
force
rapists.
in there. There's all kinds of craziness now. Tony's
There's
pulled up a
some
picture
actors.
of right there of Mitch McConnell. Now, there is a movie called Hannibal, which is in the Hannibal Lecter
Ugh.
series. And
Please take his face
in the
off
movie
screen.
Hannibal, they have this guy that Hannibal forced. He gave him psychedelic drugs, and he forced this guy to cut his own face off and feed it to his own dogs. And the guy in that movie looks exactly like Mitch McConnell. I'm telling you right now, if you pull it up side by side, Google it yourself. If we don't
I
get it
don't
together
know.
on here,
But
if you do, if you don't get it together, and if we don't get it together, we'll put it on the website. We will. We'll put a comparison on the website if we need to, because that's something that we can do later. But it really does exist, and it is so
disturbing.
hysterically disturbing. Yeah, yeah. Mitch McConnell is the turtle that didn't go back in the shell.
Are disturbing. They're talking about on fucking Fox News about, and they're saying it in this way, cutting off children's genitalia. That's what
Right.
they're talking about.
Yeah.
They are obsessed with children's genitalia. They are, and the Republicans are the ones who are getting busted for child molestation and rape and all sorts of fucking heinous fucking crimes.
Mhm.
You don't see that on the fucking Democrat side. You don't
Democrats
see
are
it.
worried about actually helping people
Healthcare
doing
and
things for them.
fucking people. Yeah.
Yes.
And their own fucking
Yes.
families. Yeah. And now, the whole thing with Pelosi and her husband.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
really
Yeah.
fucking pissed off
Their
about
immediate
this too.
reaction of joking
What
about it
they
was wrong.
They
Yeah.
accused him of being a gay guy and having a love affair with this
Yes.
guy.
They
Because when
immediately
you're when you're woken up out of bed, what are you wearing?
but that was all
What are you
false.
wearing?
That was all false.
Well, I know, but what are you wearing to bed? Are you naked or do you wear panties and I'm panties and a tank top?
Well, I don't do the tank top, but I do the panties.
Okay.
I do my panties, and
Well, I'm
sometimes I do a
saying,
wig.
when you attack
It's the
somebody
Dolly
in their
wig,
house in the
'cause
middle
Dolly-
of the night, they're gonna be in their fucking underwear. It just makes logical sense. And then the right wing turned around
That
and
didn't
said,
happen.
and yeah, and
He
then
wasn't in his underwear.
and then
Nobody was in there.
they have the fucking
Yeah.
balls to say he should have had more than a hammer with him. Fuck.
That's
it's
because
sick.
their
They're
immediate
sick.
reaction is the only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. But that's happened once out of 14,000 shootings, literally 14,000 shootings. That's happened one time that you've had a good guy with a gun. And it would just happen last year with that guy in the mall. But now we've had a drag queen with heels stop a shooting.
veteran.
So,
A
and a
veteran.
veteran, of course, and a veteran. But I have to throw the drag queen in there because they're always against the drag queens. So now we have equal that a good guy with a gun can stop a bad guy with a gun, but so can a drag queen with heels.
I have to make a point. There were hundreds
Yes.
of fucking police officers outside of Uvalde, and
they never went
they
in for an
didn't
hour.
do a fucking thing.
Those pussies.
Not one fucking thing.
No offense to pussies, because I like pussies, but those guys
No, you
were
can use the word
beyond
pussy in
soft.
front of me because
pussy means something soft.
Well,
and
when you
wonderful,
call a guy a pussy,
yeah,
you are really insulting him.
that guy is so soft. He's like a
it's
velvet
disgusting.
pussy. And
I'm so
pussies are
pissed.
wonderful.
And you know
but
why?
Those
Because
guys are
it was
truly
brown children.
Yeah,
Brown children.
it doesn't matter
This time.
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't care. They sat out there for an hour and the parents were going crazy outside. You think?
Did you hear the story of the one woman who she tried to get in and they were holding her back and they
Yeah.
wouldn't let her in?
Yep.
And she did an end run around the outside and had her relatives kind of run defense for her.
Yep.
She got her ass into a window. She got her kids out. She
Yep.
got that classroom out. She saved fucking lives.
Yep.
What's her name? Nobody knows.
I don't know.
You know, this is all about the disinformation, and I have a lot more behind a lot of this, you know, back throughout history. But let me ask you one thing about disinformation. Everybody says disinformation. So what? Who's only the idiots are going to believe it? What do you believe about Lizzie Borden?
Lizzie Borden.
Lizzie Borden. What do you think when I say Lizzie
I
Borden?
don't know. I can't.
Lizzie Borden.
I remember, but I don't remember. So
40 whacks with an axe. Lizzie Borden.
I don't remember.
Lizzie Borden is known as being a murderess. She was known as a teenage girl who picked up an axe and murdered everyone in her family and murdered everyone in the house.
See, I
Lizzie
don't remember-
Borden
I don't
with an
remember-
axe.
I honestly
You've never
don't
heard
remember.
This is a famous thing.
Lizzie Borden, but I
Okay.
don't remember what she was famous for.
That's what it's famous for. But here's the thing. Lizzie Borden was acquitted. She was never found guilty of any of that. But when I say Lizzie Borden, everyone thinks of it. Now, let me bring up another one. Richard Gere. Did you just think gerbil in the ass?
Yes.
Is that physically capable? Can you physically put a gerbil in your ass? No. But when I say Richard Gere, everybody thinks that
yeah.
he put a gerbil in his ass
It's
with
so
the
ridiculous.
intention that it's going to turn around and try to find its way out. And in that, he's going to get sexual gratification from
It's so gross.
But you cannot physically put a gerbil in your ass. You can't put a gerbil through my fist, so you can't put it in my ass. It just doesn't work that
It's
way.
so
Physically,
ridiculous.
it won't work.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, that's going to make a difference. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Okay, you know what? Next week, we're going to have a fun example. Tony's going to be in the background while I try to put a lima bean up his ass. He's going to tell me as to whether or not he feels that lima bean. And I've got a couple Irish cousins who are coming with me to make certain he doesn't retaliate for me pushing that.
A lima bean. Screaming like a girl. Oh my god, it's so funny. Oh
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
Well, yeah, no, it's
But you know, I go at least a
ridiculous.
knuckle deep
It's-
every day just to assert dominance over myself.
oh my god, dude.
You have to as a god. Come on.
Oh my god.
Alpha male.
Alpha male. Do you tan your balls? Oh my god.
Don't need to, baby.
Whole tan. Did you see that episode? Tucker Carlson. did
No,
this
I'm not
whole
watching
thing.
any episode of Tucker Carlson. Tucker
Oh,
Carlson is a
well,
douche
there you
nozzle. He doesn't even deserve to be the whole douche or the bag or anything else, just the nozzle
So
in
The thing
case you
is-
misinsert it.
think about it is like we watch people who cover that
Mm.
and then they chop it down. And I'm keeping names out because I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not promoting their show. I'm promoting our show.
Yes. Yes. Yes, of course.
And like and
Yes,
subscribe. And
course.
where's our Venmo?
What is our Venmo as far
We
as
don't have
you
a
know?
Venmo. We don't
Yeah,
have
well-
anything. Tony failed on
Well,
our
you know, you can mail us, Kosh. That's the
Yeah,
whole
you
thing. We're
yeah.
bajanks and
Oh, God.
bajuzes. You know, we're just gonna do it all okay. So why don't you take a fucking envelope, put a fucking stamp on it, put some
No,
fucking cash in the goddamn thing, and send it to us. Toy's gonna send her home address. That's sure enough. It's fucking
Nice.
safe. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead, girl. Go on now.
I know.
You fucking
No,
let them know
it's
what
not.
it is.
What? This is our first episode, and we're just trying to start something. And we've been friends since what? 5th grade,
Sixth.
6th grade.
Sixth. Yeah. 5th grade. I was still dealing with the nuns.
Okay.
Yeah, I was over at a very Catholic school. So I'm a recovering Catholic. Yeah, so
So
I went to church every day as part of school and on Sunday. So I went to church 6 days a week from pretty much birth until just before I met you. So that means that I've read the book over and over and over and over again. And
There-
there's all kinds of shit that I have about that. And by the way, anybody that's really into that good book, if you're married, Timothy 2:12 and 2:13. There you go, brother. So
Oh my God.
that's the one
So
that
you
tells
have
you
to-
that women are to be seen and not heard. Yeah.
See the logo?
Do.
Can you see it?
Do. Yeah. No, I see it on, I have a monitor here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't have the green screen down,
Yeah.
but it still works a little bit.
So anyway, well, and the other thing is we're both musicians. We both play guitar.
Yes.
We both sing.
We're both multi-instrumentalists.
Yes.
Actually,
kind
yes.
of, kind of. Yeah, I would say that.
Mm.
What else? Oh, he's Irish.
I'm very Irish. I'm 100% Irish. I'm Hibernian, so I'm 100% Irish. Everyone in my family comes from the Irish Isle. And if you don't know about the Irish, and if you've ever wondered about the whole thing in The Quiet Man and all that, where they have a matchmaker in the villages and stuff, you have to have that in Ireland because I'm related to about every fifth person in County Donegal. So the matchmaker is there to make certain that you don't breed with one of your own cousins.
Game over, man. It's game over.
Yeah.
Game over, man.
And I have to
Oh,
say, I mean, I met him
the
on
late great Bill Paxton. Come on now, you're gonna make me weepy if you.
I'm smart.
Oh,
I'm like everybody
I met
says.
him on
Like
election
that.
day, and he was literally wearing a kilt at the bar.
of course, yeah,
And
yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
wear an Irish kilt on. I wear a St. Patrick's tartan Irish kilt on
No,
special
see?
occasions. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
tell the story about what the guy said when you were voting
Oh, when I
and you
came out,
walked out. Yeah.
what the hell are you wearing? A dress? You want to have a go? It's-
No,
I don't.
he
I don't
said-
remember exactly what I said to
No.
him, but when I came out,
he said, why are you wearing your skirt or something like that?
he did. Yeah.
And you said, we killed people wearing these.
That's right. Yeah, that's what. That was it. Yeah, yeah.
You know,
He
we
did.
killed people.
I didn't want to necessarily admit to it, but yeah, the guy came out and he did say, nice dress. He said like that as he wiped the cheese whiz off of his chin as he
Oh,
got out of
Jesus.
his Trump mobile, aka a Ford F-350. Because we all need those trucks here in the suburbs because we work on I don't know, the back 40. Is there a back 40? What's the back 40? Birmingham? So yeah, he gets out and yeah, the whole thing, and nice dress. We used to kill people in these. That's why it's called the kilt. How many have we killed? Well, let me check. I've got them ticked off on it.
every stitch in there. Okay.
I've got them
yeah.
fucking ticked off, haven't I? No, not every stitch, but we wish it were. But I'll tell you what, the whole thing about wearing a kilt is as a full-blooded Irishman, wearing a kilt on the special occasions is great. It really kind of brings you into kind of the traditions. You can move so great with it, and you really do feel that you can kick some fucking ass in that thing.
Because you're free, you have no pants.
And there's more than that. I mean, there's all the strappings on it. It's just kind of like, fucking, you want to have a go. You immediately get that attitude just putting it on. And I'll tell you the difference between the Irish and the Scottish. The Irish will wear our kilts on very special occasions, but the Scottish, they wear the kilts all the time. You know why they wear the kilts all the time, Ty?
No.
Because a goat can hear a zipper from a mile away. And yeah. So there we go. I think that's a good. I was hoping. Yeah.
Tony,
I still have my die bingo. I'm at make her pay, make her spit out beer. Yeah. It's all still, I still got squares.
yeah, and we just started. So yeah, we've got squares to go. Tony, I have a question. You were you stood up in your friend's wedding and he was a Scot. Did you wear a kilt? But he did.
He's
Yes,
from
he did.
but who did? He did though. He did wear his
For his wedding, yeah.
The guy wore a kilt for his wedding.
Yeah, he didn't ask his
Yeah, big-
groomsmen to do it though.
Yeah. Well, of course not. No.
Yeah.
Not if they're from the Highland. I mean, it's the Scottish. It's a whole. Yeah, and the Irishman too. I mean, it's like you don't have to do
Dude,
it. Like I'm doing
you know
my
what's
tartan.
crazy?
If you have a tartan, you can do
Yeah.
it. That's the rule. Did you know that?
I
If you
have-
don't have a tartan, you can't do it.
Okay, you know what's super crazy is like you're super Irish,
Yeah,
and
super.
I have super weirdo ties to the Scots.
How's the crack boys?
To the Scots. I marry Queen of Scots, particularly. I have this like weirdo ring, and I have Stuart STUAR.
For
Stuarts.
fuck's sake, you got the fucking Stuarts over there.
Yeah.
Oh, they're from Edinburgh, the Stuarts are there.
And so I don't think the Scottish and the Irish ever got along, but wasn't
did.
really
They did.
England
They did.
their main enemy?
Not
I'm just
necessarily.
asking because
No,
I don't
it
really know
was-
that history that well.
Well, on the main isle, the British Isle of England.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people know this, but the island of Great Britain has a couple different countries on it. At one point, it was all Britain. And when the Romans came over and tried invading, there was a wall that they put up, a dry stone wall that exists to this day. It's called Harridan's Wall. Goes across the border between what is England and Scotland now. And anything that crossed over Harridan's Wall never came back. So there was an entire we can do an entire show about this history. There's a legion that went over and was lost. But over on the Irish Isle, the Romans looked over and go, oh fuck that, we're not having a go. So they backed off and they fucked around with the British and all that. And it was only 300 years later, or 400 years later, that the British, after defeating Rome and all that, they came over and get over into Ireland. And that's when they came over. And when the Brits landed, they're like, right, we claim this land for England. And we're like, oh, fuck off, we already live here,
Yeah.
And we had to go with it. And there's a whole, I have a great analogy that takes me about 20 minutes to do for the whole Irish history.
Well,
I can wrap it up pretty quick. Let me try to. Let me have a drink. Let me have a drink.
Let me have a drink.
And get up to $260
I
in
think we
savings
should, what are you
at
doing?
Bell
What
Tires
is that?
Black Friday sale. Or get
Mute.
even more.
Bell Tires
$70
Black Friday sales coming to you from WHBL. All right.
You know
Hey,
what
good
we
morning.
need?
Good morning. Coming
No,
back
you know what
on.
we need? A little break thingy because I have to pee.
She is to pee.
Let's take a little break.
And I think
I don't know how to do it. Just take our thing.
Do you want me to do my Irish thing and just run with that for now? Or no, you want to be here for it? You want to? Yeah, we'll just we'll just break. Oh, that's nice.
There we go.
From the Boondock Saints. There you go. Yeah. Here, the funny thing is that's a nice bit of a jig going. You're listening to WHBL radio. We'll be back in a wee bit. The wax fuckers, yeah. If you don't hang around, you're fucking vagina. Jesus wept on the fucking cross if you're not fucking here when we get back. Fucking bastards.